Hello out there in Baseland. It's Jeff from jeffrey-thomas.com, and I'm going to go ahead and walk through a scale practice routine worksheet that I have for a lot of my students and myself actually when I want to get some work done and develop my technique. Mark my speeds, make sure I know where my progress is for both hands, the right hand and the left hand. So upper top row of the chord diagrams is going to show you all 5 pentatonic patterns for the key of A minor. So we'll stay in first position today, and that pattern would be open 3, open 3 on the 3rd string, open 2 on the 2nd string, open 2 on the 1st string, and then when you get to the top note you're going to come right back down, reverse the order of the scale. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is the letter names of the right hand. So we have your thumb as P, first finger is I, middle finger is M, and your ring finger is A. Most of the scale work, unless you're playing with a pick, is going to be alternating with I and M or M and A. So that's like the go-to fingers for most bass players for scale playing. Now let's take a look at the actual tablature part of the worksheet. I start with quarter notes, which is not going to be very exciting. I'll kick a metronome on at like 70 just for perspective. So ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back down. So not very exciting there. So let's move on to the real work here. So you can see I have a 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, and a 4A, 4B. Okay, so here's what that means. The 2A category is 8th notes, and you're going to be playing the same note twice. For example, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all the way up, then come back down. Okay. 2B is going to be playing 2 separate notes. So the scale would sound like this. Okay, so the scale is going to move by twice as fast now when you're in the B category. 3A is going to be triplets. Counting on triplets is 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. You can see this is the workhorse, alternating with I and M or M and I. That was 3A, and then 3B would be triplets where you're playing 3 separate notes. So, for example, ready, go. I doubled up on the top note that time. Actually, in the 3B category, I wouldn't double up. I would go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, and then just keep running that. I'm going to kick the metronome on at 70 again for that. I'll show you 3B. Ready, go. Okay, cool. Let's go to 4A on the worksheet, which is 16th notes, same note 4 times. Ready, go. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E. Double up. And try and keep those 16th notes real even 4s. Okay, easier said than done, right? 4B, 16th notes, just running the scale up and back. And I would double up on the top note here on the 16th. So let me go ahead and run 4B for you with the metronome. Ready, go. Sorry. Okay, now here's the big picture on this. So when we look up at the top area of the worksheet, in the chord diagrams basically, you have all 5 of your pentatonic patterns. 5. So I'm going to go ahead and run, let's see, I'll go with 8th notes, and I'll do 2B. And I'm going to show you exactly what you want to do. You're going to want to start first position. You're going to sequentially go each pattern up and back, and then when you get to the top, you're going to turn right back around and come back down. This is where the work goes in. So here we go with 2B. I'm going to be at 70 on the metronome, so ready, ready, go. Listen to your tone. Next pattern, no stopping. Dig in. Get a good bite on the notes. Next pattern, no stopping. Next pattern, no stopping. Hammer on optional, just kidding. 10th fret pattern, no stopping. Okay, so that was at 70. I'm a little rusty. If I wanted to push it, I could probably get my 8th notes up to, I don't know, 125, 130, maybe 140, but this is the reality check here when you're practicing your scales. Obviously for the bass we want to have both hands in sync. So these are two different categories for your 8th notes, for your triplets, for your 16th notes, to be able to really organize and see where your playing is at. Typically what happens is the A category is fastest, and 2A is the top speed. 3A is underneath that, 4B is the lowest speed, okay? Now, or 4A, sorry. When you go to the B category, those numbers are going to be different because the scale's moving by a lot faster, right? So I have all my students actually mark their speeds. 2A equals, 2B equals, 3A equals, and this is a great way for you to kind of get an idea of where you are on your technique. You can use this thinking rhythmically for any scale. I don't care. You can play a whole tone scale. Doesn't matter. Any scale that you know, as long as you're working the technique in these 2 different categories, you should be able to get some work done. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, giving you some perspective on how to get some work done, use the metronome, and have a good day, and I will hopefully talk to you later. Bye-bye.